Before I continue discussing the markets, please take this moment now with helping me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click subscribe. Click this bell. Click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Next, click the thumbs up button every time you watch my videos. Okay, let's continue with the view of the markets. Hello, welcome to another video discussing cryptocurrencies, Forex currencies, futures currencies. It's 4:44 p.m. New York time. This exchange is going to close about 15 minutes. So we're looking at the weekly time frame. It says here weekly. First, we're looking at cryptocurrency, the biggest, most traded, Bitcoin. And then on the left, the US dollar index. The US dollar index, the three largest currency pairs inside the US dollar index is first the euro, then the yen, and then the pound. So here, Bitcoin. The week's not over yet because it's Wednesday. Look at that. We already made a lower low and traded below the low of last week, and we're a red candle. So at the end of the week, if we close red, and if we close below the low of this last week, then the trend is down. And this big candle, green candle here, is considered a pin bar, and because the shadow, the tail is on top, it's considered a bearish pin bar, often followed by a reversal. So we'll see what happens. And on the US dollar index, it's a yellow candle. It's an inside candle, one of the three candles I discuss often and look for as reversals, pin bars, engulfings, and inside candles. So because it's a hollow one, it's green. Inside candle, the high and low, not above or below the prior week. But we are trading just below this big round number, nearly 91. Still bearish bias US dollar. Okay, let's go look at some more currency pairs. Look at the currency majors that are in the US dollar index. Look at the ones in the futures market. How do we know they're the futures market? / all currencies in the futures market start with the number 6 after the /. This one's first the euro. So we're looking at first the biggest currency in the US dollar index, the euro. And for the weekly, it's inside candle, just like the US dollar index. But again, we're trading above this consolidation. So the trend is upward, giving strength to the euro, weakening the US dollar. Japanese yen, also inside candle for the week, indecision. But it's inside a consolidation. But again, each consolidation has been doing a staircase pattern higher high, giving strength to the yen against the US dollar. And the yen is one of the safe haven currencies. When there's fear in the world, people often buy Japanese yen, Swiss franc, gold, and the US dollar. Where we see they're not buying the US dollar, they're leaving the US dollar. So they're buying one or three of the other, like I mentioned, the yen, Swiss franc, or gold. British pound. Look at that. We're in a consolidation. We made a lower low last week, but trading back inside that. So we'll see what happens come the end of the week. But also you can look at this as a bigger picture, like a consolidation forming here. Canadian dollar. Red for the week. Small trading range for Wednesday already. Interesting. First, that big move up. But again, it's gaining strength against the US dollar. Swiss franc made a new high. New high for the year. One of the safe haven currencies, that's where a lot of smart money's going. Where last week, the euro made a new high for the year. Australian dollar, new high for the year. Big recovery for the year. Yep. All of them giving strength against the US dollar. Okay, let's look at the majors now. On the bottom, since the euro is the big currency, let's look at the euro yen. It's inside candle for the week, indecision. This consolidation broke out the last week and now it's inside candle. But this upward movement is giving strength to the euro against the yen. So apparently more people prefer to own the euro over the yen for that pair. Where the British pound, sorry, the euro and British pound, wow, look at this. Big move up for the week. Inside this demand zone, this red horizontal line was the supply zone. This red horizontal line was the supply zone where there were sellers before, went up, touched it, rejected it. So if you were trading there intraday with shorts, you're doing good. If you had your short put on there, the technicals were set up, and look at that, rejected it. But we did make a higher high and higher low than last week, giving strength to the euro against the British pound. So that's interesting. Look at that. It went right back in there. But this trend is still to the upside. It's not changed yet. It's just that faster time frame. Intraday, good setup if you took those trades. And this already was posted before, so you have this access to my information. Let's look at the British pound and the Japanese yen. Consolidation, uptrend consolidation. The pound gaining strength against the yen. But we are inside consolidation for the week, so no breakout yet of this. Interesting where some of these are going. Let's go further. Let's start looking at the European peers, since the euro is the biggest trading currency in the US dollar index. We already spoke about the euro yen, the euro pound. Let's look at the euro Canadian dollar. Red for the week, back inside this consolidation phase. Euro Swiss franc, huge sell-off for the current week, broke below this consolidation. So again, they're leaving the euro, going to the Swiss franc, one of the biggest currencies for safe haven. We already saw on the prior charts that Swiss franc is hitting an all-time high for the year. So as this goes lower, it's giving strength to the Swiss franc against the dollar, Swiss franc against the euro. Yeah, that's painting a pretty good picture to understand. A lot of smart money is going into the Swiss franc from Europe, the United States. Euro, Aussie dollar, huge consolidation period here. Inside candle for the week. Look at the yen pairs now. We already spoken about the US dollar, Japanese yen. Already spoke about the euro, Japanese yen, and we already spoke about the British pound, Japanese yen. And you see prices are fluctuating right now because the market's still open. It's closing in 9 minutes. Yes, the futures market, even these currencies in the futures market are closing in 9 minutes. Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. Red for the week, but the trend is going higher, which is giving strength to the Canadian dollar against the yen. Look at this, yellow horizontal line is a swing high, which also were prior sellers there. There's a supply zone, sellers were there before. So we'll see what happens when it gets into there. All-time high was there. Wow, two safe haven currencies, the Swiss franc and Japanese yen. What direction is it going? Screen for the week, we made a new high above last week. We're coming inside this, see this red horizontal? This is a supply zone, there were sellers here before, and this yellow horizontal line is a swing high. The trend is currently going up. That's giving strength to the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. So these two safe haven currencies, the smart money is going to Swiss franc. So we see the euro going to the Swiss franc, the US dollar going to the Swiss franc. We're seeing the Japanese yen going to the Swiss franc. Aussie, Japanese yen. Wow. Aussie dominating. Trending higher, giving strength to the Aussie against the yen. Coming into the swing high. Okay, let's look at the British pound pairs now. Already spoke about the pound US dollar. Already spoke about the pound yen and the euro pound. Let's go to the pound Canadian. Trending lower, so the Canadian dollar is in favor. Look at that. As it's going down, it's giving strength to the Canadian dollar against the British pound. And this is a pin bar it's forming right now. That's a bullish pin bar. It's not done yet for the week. And look at that, rejected this big round number, 170. So it's a demand zone. Buyers were here before. Buyers were here again, brought it back up. But the current trend is still down. And this might become a reversal candle. I have to see at the end of the week what it forms. Trade idea. Pound against Swiss franc. The trend is going down. That means the Swiss franc is gaining strength against the British pound. Again, we're seeing money fly into the Swiss franc. And we're in a consolidation phase, big consolidation phase. Pound Aussie dollar, much of a consolidation. And it's declining here because it broke below that consolidation. It's giving strength to the Aussie. So weaker pound against the Aussie. But look at that. It's a pin bar, and that's a bullish pin bar. Trading right around that big round number. Yep. So we'll see what happens at the end of the week. But it did break below that consolidation. Again, this pin bar might become a reversal. And we'll leave it at that. Lots going on to be concerned about. And we'll just do the fast review of yields, 30-year yield. Inside consolidation, inside candle. 10-year, yellow, inside candle, inside consolidation. The 5, inside candle, indecision. Yes. So if these go higher, expect the interest rates to go higher. We'll see what happens. Watch the Federal Reserve. Watch the yields. Again, bonds and yields go in reverse. So as bonds go lower, yields go higher. Interest rates typically follow yields. Something to be very much aware of. These have a huge effect on the US dollar. And if you haven't subscribed to my page yet on YouTube, please click that bottom right orange subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you. If you like this market information I've shared and want to learn more with greater detail, step-by-step training, I have a Patreon page. I share trade ideas for earning monthly income. Below in the description box, click Show More. Scroll down. This link here, click on it. Take you here to my Patreon page. Select the membership and join. Then you have access to unlock my posts.